I'm about to say, why Daniela walking over there? All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Hakwadash, and double honors unto the 144,000. Well, first to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and then to the 144,000. You know, as well as to all the believers out there who are also part of the elect who believe in the gospel. You see, and again, the Lord got us out here for another day to prophesy the downfall, man. Not just the downfall, but also the salvation for the Israelites, right? Which we found out in these latter days that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, for the most part, that we are the Israelites, right? Those who the Heavenly Father have chosen in His Bible, which this is our heritage. We found out we was them people, man. Or we are those people, you know, who the likes of the world called Jesus and Moses. Well, that's our people. But now in these last days, the Lord have given us the spirit back to understand these things, like it said in the book of Revelation, the 11th chapter, right? That after our captivity, He was going to put the spirit of the Lord back in us, which started with Elder Abba Bivens, right? Which we know to be John the Baptist, right? Or Elijah, which was going to have to come back before the great and terrible and dreadful day of the Lord, man. So we to that point to where, look, Elder Abba Bivens, he came. John, he came. You see, the apostles been pushing His word, right? Churches been raised up and prophecy been pushed out. Now where we at? Oh, you can get that Matthew 24 when this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world. Yeah, I got one too. Come, you know. So look, Elder Abba Bivens, he came. He turned the heart of the fathers, right, to the children, and the children to the fathers, right? Who the fathers are? King Masha, High Priest Ariah, High Priest Yahweh, man. And then from now, them men set up, you know, one west, and the word went out. And through that, you had the Apostle Tahar, right? The Apostle Gabar, the Apostle Ricard, the Apostle Ramla, and the elders and bishops in Connecticut all down continued to push this word. And that's how the word continued to spread, man. Now you have different offshoots, but this is the way that the Lord has set up for this true gospel to go out to the four corners, man. By well, Elder Abba Bivens, the three men that came after him, the Apostle Tahar, and the other apostles and the bishops in Connecticut. Now look, churches have been raised up. Now where we at? We at the end of the world. You know? You got it, whatever
this is Matthew 24:14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come.
Right. So we at the end. Because it's clear the gospel is being preached all over the world. Just in Great Millstone itself, we got camps. Technically, you can say all over the world. Right? Shit, pretty much in every continent, you know? You got it.
Psalms 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Shai, the firmament shew of His handiwork. Day unto day utter speech, and night unto night shew of knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is going out throughout all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them have He set a tabernacle for the sun.
You got it too.
Right, just to land back on the brother said, you know, this gospel we just read, Matthew 24, is being preached through the prophets, through the Spirit of God, Ba'ashem Shai, Him establishing the way, all right, which was John the Baptist, Elijah Bivens, all right. He sent them back, and now we're doing the work of the prophets.
Elijah Bivens.
I
like that Bivens. I like that.
Connecting them together, you know what I mean? But we're doing the work of Ba'ashem Shai through the Spirit. Okay, I read that again. It says, Psalms 19:3, there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Right, so it's brothers in all different continents upon the earth preaching the gospel. We got brothers in the Philippines, Spanish brothers, okay, Colombia.
Shit, sign language brothers.
Sign language. Deaf, the brothers that, you know, hard of hearing, they can't hear, the Lord still has the gospel going out. And this is what's being preached. The scripture say, these be the days of vengeance, where all these things must be fulfilled. And that goes along with salvation and destruction. All right, this is the good news for so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, salvation. That was it on this.
All right, man. So again, we in those times the Lord have sent back the prophets, and His word have been spoken. It ain't like it's just starting to be, be spoke. You know, like you got them dudes in Mississippi, like as if they separated. Now they got the true gospel, and now since you separated, now from what you saying, it's gonna spread to the four corners. We gotta wait. Nah, that's not gonna happen, man. The foundation have already been set. We coming into what that is in John 4, how it says we entering into other man's labels. We ain't bringing nothing new to the table. Remember, I think it's in, can you find it out? When Yahweh said the table was set, is already ready, the oxen is killed. I think it's in like Matthew something or like Mark.
Where's Matthew? He went out of 7 pillars.
No, that's Proverbs. That's Proverbs. Which one of that?
Matthew.
No, just not. I had called so. But everything is all right. Damn, man. But if you get that, the point I'm making is we ain't. Oh, John 4. You want to get the point how it says we enter into other man's labors. Nothing what we doing is new. We ain't gonna bring a new breakdown, a new belief to the ministry, to the truth. It's already set. The foundation of men who had to come, it was set. Right, the order of things was set. Remember, the Lord said, I will give you pastors according to His heart, who was going to feed us with knowledge and understanding. Roughly paraphrase. So it ain't like a man can just raise up himself. We're not here for that. We here to add on to what's already been said. Yeah, let's start at 37. Yep.
This is John 4:37, and herein is that truth, saying truth, one soweth and another reapeth.
Right.
I send you to reap that whereupon ye bestow no labor.
Uh-huh.
Other men labored, and ye are entered into their labors.
Right. Other men labor, we entered into their labors. We wasn't the ones like the apostles. We got smartphones. Right. We could just at the move of our thumbs pull something up, look at it, right? Do research on it. We didn't have to walk miles. Go to a library, look up the books. First you got to look up the book, find it, and then read the book, man. Do research. So, I would say 24/7, but the apostles, when you listen to their testimony, they was getting busy. Not just them, but the elders as well. The bishops, right? They was putting in that hard labor, man. We got it the easy way. Think about, take away all those videos. Real shit. Think about, okay, let's put it like this. Take away all the videos going way back from the apostles when they was on 34th and 7th, the old videos with this is the end of the world with the blue banner. Take away all that history of information they brought out. Take it away as if we didn't know nothing. Now go find it on your own. Yeah. Go find it on your own. Think about that. So the Lord has set other men up to take care of the dirty work for us. That's why now that we in these times, we shouldn't have no problem to get dirty ourselves, man. We got to put in work too. It was made easy for us. Now we would just add it on to push out what was already cooked up. You see what I'm saying? And again, that started with Elder Abba Bivens, Ben Elijah, as the prophet said in Malachi the 4th chapter. And he was going to turn the heart to the fathers, to the children, and vice versa. Shalom, ma. Shalom. Right? And that's you had them 3 men, just like Yahweh had his 3 men. Peter, James, and John, right? And then you had the apostles' heart, just like after the apostles who came, the apostle Paul and his companions. And through that, the churches and the Israelite fathers was raised. So that's what we come in at. We would have been in the churches. We would have been in Thessalonica or the church of Ephesus. You see? Corinth. So that's the part we in. So the church is being raised up now, man.
Yeah, well, Yahweh say, you cannot do nothing except you abide in me. That's Yahweh. He said Elijah the prophet was going to come before the great and terrible day of the Lord. And we're following up under that stead. He said, if you abide in me, all right, you shall bring forth much fruit. If you abide not in me, you shall bring forth no fruit. John, I believe, 15. And that's what we're doing. We're bringing forth fruit until Yahweh Shema Shah. Meet for repentance.
Right.
Yep.
So that was it on that, huh?
Yeah.
I just want to, you had that, you found it? It says like the ox is prepared, the lamb is slain, the table is set. The table is set. And Yahawashi said, I know it's in Mark or Matthew, one of them, or Luke, one of the Gospels. But the point is, he was saying everything was set, as if we ain't got to teach nothing new. Everything already set that we need to chew on, eat on. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to come out with nothing new. That's why I'm going into the foundation of the temple, or the body, the men who the Lord sent, right? Starting with Elijah or John the Baptist. You know, so we just teaching what was already been taught. You know, but whoever find it, you know where it's at when it says, I will give you pastors according to my heart, who shall feed you with knowledge and understanding, man. You know, just like in the second Ezra, the first chapter, the Lord also said, y'all better slide this in. Now you got it, you can bring it out.
This is Jeremiah 3 and 15. I will give you pastors according to mine heart, who shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
That is. So the Lord said, I'm going to give you pastors according to my heart. So the men he set up wasn't, you ain't have a choice on who was going to be the leader. You know? We just, we ain't got a choice on who the Lord going to deal with, who ain't going to deal with. No, it was already set. And we just got to fall in line. That's it. Remember when Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, they had a problem that the Lord set Moses up. And what they said, we Israelites too. Moses, right? We are these of this chosen nation too. So we can lead too, but that's not the case. The Lord ain't set everybody up to lead, man. And what he did, he put them to death for getting out of line. So we coming into the same order of things. Remember, the house of David being set up. You weren't just moving around doing what you wanted when David was ruling. Like, it was order, man. So the same thing, the Lord setting up specific men to come forth and push this gospel. If a brother want to grab it, like it said, the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets, because those same men back then are the same men today, you see?
This is Matthew 22 and 4, what you call for. It says again, he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are fitting, behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage.
Right, coming to the marriage. So ultimately what we saying, it ain't like we gotta restart and go back. Damn, all this dust came out of nowhere, huh? You see all that shit is all dusty over there? It might start raining. Like we're in Saudi Arabia or some shit. Middle East. Right? But it ain't like we gotta prepare a whole new meal for the elect to eat. Like we gotta come up and do all this extra research that the apostles now either already put in and so-called didn't put in yet. But no, the Lord said, look, everything is ready. It's on the table. Just come sit down and eat. Listen to the videos. Come out to camp. It ain't like we got to do extra work, man. Everything has been set for us. So really, the Lord making it that much more easy. How can it be an excuse? You at home, right? You got weekends. You got your break at work. It's easy to throw on a lesson. You know, so it ain't going to be no excuse when all hell break loose, like it said in John 15 and 22. Nobody going to be able to say they have not heard. Everybody heard. Whatever language you speaking, you heard, man. You know? You got it, Doc. Whatever y'all got. Yeah,
It's 1 Corinthians 14 and 32. And the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
And the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. Men gonna come back in their lot, you know? Not just the prophets, but we talking about that as far as the context of the lesson. You know how this word have been pushed out. Now we at the end. You know, really we can get that second Ezra 6 and 7. You know, you see. But that was one of the last signs left, that the prophets was gonna be sent out in the end of the world. And the prophets was gonna be sent out in the end of the world, man. So again, so we got a lot of things we can scratch off the list that have already happened. So it's clear we gotta be at the end. And at the end of what? What world? It ain't like the whole world will be destroyed. You know, like the earth gonna blow up and that's it. And everything forgotten about. No, this earth gonna be here forever, as the scriptures say. The world that's gonna be destroyed is the so-called white man world. His rulership, his dominion in the earth. Right? Him being able to have a say-so, his face on the money. That's what's coming to an end. You know? And now the Lord about to set up the Israelites to rule, as we know, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans today. Which you might look like our nation, but for the bulk of us, we about to rule next. That's what time we in, man. You got it, out.
2 Ezra 6 and 7 through 9. That's prophecy. That's a part of the gospel. How to quick one.
Oh, yeah, you already got it.
This is Daniel 12 and 13. Laying back on that 1 Corinthians. Because, you know, Polite was recently judged for coming up against holy men with this doctrine. All right, preaching the gospel of repentance unto the nation of Israel. It says, but go thy way to the end, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of days. All right, so this is the Lord telling Daniel he will once again prophesy again. All right, and preach the kingdom. And this is what the prophets are coming back to do the same thing. All right, what it talked about in Jude, Enoch prophesied of Yahushua. So right, all the prophets talked about the end times and the destruction, and now we're here. All right, you got it.
That's it, man. I got something. You got it.
The second Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the time? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
Right. What shall be the part in the son of the times? Now to give us some context, Ezra, he was asking the Lord, look, because it was an ongoing conversation. Now Ezra was asking the Lord, he was like, look, if we your chosen people, if you set us up to rule, then why we in captivity? Why I'm over here suffering? Why I see our people suffering? These heathens got dominion over us. Why is it like this if you chose us? He's like, when is all this go in? Right? And when we gonna rule as you promised? So that's what the Lord going into. He giving him his answer. You got it again. You can start from the top up.
Second Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the time? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follows?
What shall be the part of the son of the time? Right? Now, we talking about world dominion, right? There's only two people that was given world dominion. Esau, Jacob. Who was the first? Who was the second? So the part of the son of the times when Israel gonna rule is gonna be, as he gonna go into, these the key people we need to look out for in the earth. So once we know we're at the time of Esau ruling, hey, I can get Lamentations 4 and 20, 21. Once we know Esau ruling, once it's over with, as the scripture's gonna say, we can expect Jacob to rule next. And we clearly see the so-called white man is at the end of his rulership. You got it. You ain't gotta get it right now.
It's the second Ezra 6 and 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. That's the two right there. That's them two that was born. Now it was the reason Jacob's hand was holding the heel of Esau. He's gonna tell us why.
Verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. And the reason Jacob's hand was holding Esau here because the Israelites gonna be the one to pull this man out of rulership. Starting with Yahushua. Through the Israelites, really through prophecy in Yahushua, the so-called white man gonna fall. That's why it says, who is this that coming from Edom? Right? He gonna be the one that take down Esau. No other nations was able to do this by themselves. Now we know the Lord will have them get together in these latter days and shoot missiles. But why is it that they all got to gang up on America? Because they weren't able to do it by themselves. Yahushua will be able to do it by himself. That's why he said I have tried the wild prince alone. He ain't gonna need another nation to help him, man. But that's the times we coming in. It's about to be the end of the so-called white man rulership. The Alexander the Great and the Greeks, the Romans, the Caesars, right? Antiochus, and the Renaissance, the Borgias, Christopher Columbus, 1492, the doctrine of discovery, all that gonna be done and gone with. The 13 colonies separating and building up America, all that's gonna be forgotten about. As long as it took this man to build his kingdom up to where it's at now, and an hour is gonna be taken away. In 60 minutes is gonna be taken away. All these years it took this man to build up to where America at now, to where this world at now, to get them riches, in 60 minutes is gonna be taken away. And it's written. You see? You got it.
This is Daniel 2 and 44. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. And this is going to the kingdom of heaven, which Yahushua is coming to establish. All right, then you read up in the chapter, goes into the statue, all right, about how it's going to be destroyed. Verse 45, it says, for as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great power have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. Right, so he received a vision of the statues of different kingdoms that will rise and fall. But ultimately, the stone will come and smash the whole statue, and that's Yahweh Shai, in which he's coming on the great chariot, a so-called UFO, to put down the Esau, even this devil and this system, this beast system, which we're currently under. NATO and the EU with the whole riding upon the beast, all right, ruled alongside Amalek, Israel. Okay, the scriptures say Israel will be the least of the flock, shall draw them out. And this is what we see. Israel is being condemned by all the nations, and all these things lead up to the end of America and the system. You got it, bro.
Yes. But I was going to say, too, because all of that is going to happen right in the feet of it. Like you read about in the statue. Yep. The feet, mixed with the clay, the iron, right? I guess this is the man system that we're in right now. And afterward, the Most High said, well, he was going to set up a kingdom. Going back to 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter. All right? So, hey, all this is about to happen shortly. You see? That stone cut out with our hands, which is Yahweh Shai. And he about to fuck everything up, right? And he going to put us back where we should be, right, as the people.
All right, this is Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwells in the land of Uz.
All right, so the Lord saying, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. So, talking to the so-called white man, woman, and child, y'all the Edomites. And it says, rejoice, no, that dwell up in the land of Uz. Now, the modern-day land of Uz is right here in America. It's a reason the Lord telling you to rejoice. Live it up. Because, hey, like you mentioned it on your live show. The day before he went to jail, he was at the club popping bottles. Now, you know how the bottle girls walk around with the signs and shit. On his sign, he had the Sparks. And on the sign, it says, all charges dropped. On the sign, as if he was celebrating, but really, he was celebrating because, tomorrow I'm going to jail. Because, people do that, man. Hey, I'm going to get locked up tomorrow, or this or that. Got to turn myself in. Right, to psych yourself out, so I'm about to go hard tonight. So that's the analogy the Lord giving right here, telling Esau, go all out, go hard. You feel me? Because soon it's about to be over for you. Soon it's going to be your destruction. You will go through a 1,000 long years of hardcore slavery, and then you're going to be exterminated. And I doubt the Lord just had the extermination to be quick, and then 30 minutes later, we are walking away from the bonfire like, well, that's the Esau. And we don't know how far out the Lord going to have this be, man, when they finally get taken off the earth. But the point is, live it up right now before all this happens. Before all that, while you still got your rulership left, go all out, man. That's what the Lord is saying. Y'all got it.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked.
Right, so it says that's why you should live it up, because it says the cup also will be passed through unto you. What's the cup? That's the fury of the Lord. That's the anger of the Lord, man. As it said what it is, Isaiah 51, I believe, 51. But that's the fury of the Lord. Look at his people, the Israelites. That's what drinking of that cup look like. You brought down to a lower state, slavery, oppression, all the curses. That's what drinking of that cup look like. So the Lord said, well, Esau, you about to drink of that cup. You got it out.
This is Isaiah 51:22. Thus said thy Lord, the Lord and thy God, that pleaded the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again.
Speak on it. Matter of fact, I want to get
Awake, awake. This is Isaiah 51:17. Awake, awake. Stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out.
That's it.
Yep, that's that slavery, us being alienated. All right, this devil, he beat the shit out of us, bro. When you look at history, this devil, which was the spirit of the Lord was on him because of our disobedience, but he beat our ass, man. All right, that's that fury, the slavery, us being out here lost, all right, not knowing who we are. We drunk of the fury of the Lord, the wrath of the Lord. He took his name away, all right? That's us drinking the dregs and the fury. Now it's about to be returned upon you devils, man. All right? Rightfully so. Okay. This is real quick. This is Obadiah verse 15. It says, for the day of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai is near upon all the heathen. We read Daniel, the second chapter, the statute that goes into all the heathen. Right now, you ruling with this, what they say, the mar, clay is not mixed with the iron. You're ruling alongside this devil Esau. So when Yahushua comes, all the kingdoms, all your remembrance, everything y'all stood for is going to be taken down, and this righteous kingdom is going to stand forever, which we're prophesying about. Okay? It says, the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, they shall swallow down, they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And this is what the kingdom entails. All the heathen going down, predominantly you Edomites, Amalek, all right, that are living richly, all right, that has the world in its condition and wickedness, man. That got people working these bullshit jobs for pennies, all right? This is who the judgment is aimed at. You elite bankers, man, all right? And 2/3 that are okay with this system, you're going to go down with this devil, all right? Your remembrance is going to cease here in America, Babylon the Great.
This Revelation.
He said, you shall possess their possessions. Because when we came out of Egypt, well, we took all that gold and all of that. We said we spoiled the Egyptians. But we know America is spiritual Egypt, and this place don't get destroyed. But back then, it was just the Egyptians. But all nations are going to bring us everything. All right? And we ain't going to be lacking nothing. And it says our gates are going to be open continually. All right? So they're going to be continually bringing us stuff, right? Trying to please us, stay on our good side. Because they're going to say, hey, we see that the Most High is in you. Because that's the Most High magnify his great name again in this time, more than what he did in ancient Egypt. It's going to put them in check forever. All right? So, yeah, we're going to possess everything. Because, hey, back in 2 Ezra 6, it said that, hey, we the rightful rulers of the earth. All right?
This is Revelation 18 and 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
That's with violence. Hey, because hey, that's the type of energy Esau put in the earth. You was all about violence. Right? Since the fucking beginning of time. Starting with Cain. You ain't had to kill Abel, bro, but you was jealous. Right? And you was the first murderer. And ever since then, hey, that energy has been growing and growing, right? Because look at Jake today, right? You don't want to turn Jake into thugs, because you the original one. All right, so you all about violence, so your place or your kingdom is going to be thrown down with violence. They ain't no, oh, God loves everybody, none of that Christianity BS. Because you ain't even taking heed unto all of that, right? You don't believe in forgiveness and justice and all these things. Because if you did, you would have gave us justice for the things you have did. All right? Hey, but instead, hey, this man act like nothing happened. And he just say, forget about slavery. How the fuck can you just forget about something like that? Like the things that happened to us have never happened to any other nation. This is what it says in the book of Lamentations, I believe. I think that's Lamentations. Daniel. Yeah, that's Daniel 9. Yeah, it is that. You can get that too. You can find it. Hey, it ain't never happened to nobody else. So, hey, this was the most terrible thing that has ever happened, how could you forget about that? Right? It's like people say when crazy things happen to them in their life, they be like, oh man, I'm scarred for life. Hey, we scarred. Even though that we didn't, in this lifetime go through those things, but hey, back then, hey, we were suffering those things. And just to watch movies and shit like that, it put us in remembrance and it pisses us off like, bro. And then he got the audacity to make movies. Yeah. You said forget about it, but then you want to put a movie out about it. What is it?
Can read, can do shit, bro. I mean, this devil, you fucking, scripture say you speak wickedly concerning oppression. All right? The ears like the outer, deaf outer, you're not a rightful ruler, bro. Everything you do is going to be to oppress and to prolong our oppression. You are our enemy. All right? This is why the Heavenly Father has this written for you. He wants to tell you this.
This is Daniel 9 and 11, point is in 12. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us.
Right, so that's why we were suffering. It's like Andrews had asked, why we not in rulership? It's because of that. Hey, we transgressed them laws. Hey, and the Most High got us, and He gave us a fair warning before. So the Most High is righteous in all His doings. All right? So it says the curse is poured out upon us. The curses go back to Deuteronomy 28 chapter. All right? 15 on down. The Lord wasn't playing when He said that.
And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. Verse 12, and He hath confirmed His words, which He spake against us.
Right, he confirmed His words, which He spake against us, meaning they came to pass. All right? Hey, everything that the Lord said was going to happen, hey, it's happening. We was way back there in the wilderness, the Most High. But Moses was telling us, hey, y'all going to go on the ships. You're going to slavery on ships. Right, that was way back then, bro. Hey, but it came to pass because we made an agreement and we broke our part. And the Most High is a man of His word.
And He hath confirmed His words, which He spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil.
Right, everybody got it. He said a great evil. That's why slavery happened. The Most High did it to us. He used Esau to do it, but the Most High, hey, He did it to punish us. All right, but at the same time, He gonna punish Esau for doing it. His ass gonna get exterminated for it. All right, we just getting corrected. Just like it says with a child, the Most High is Israel as His son, and you give him the rod of correction, and you beat his ass. And we going through an ass whooping right now. All right, but hey, now the Most High is having mercy. All right, when you used to get a whooping back then, you tell your parents, all right. See, that's what we've been doing. I said we ain't gonna do it no more.
It says, for under the whole heaven has not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem.
Right, so under the whole heaven, meaning the whole entire earth, anything that has ever happened to any nation, right? You can't compare it to what happened to us. They always try to bring up the thing with the small habits, things that they've been through. They say forget about what the fuck we've been through, but you gotta remember that. Alright? Hell no, fuck that. Fuck that. That shit was a hoax. Alright? But the slavery and thing that we've been through, that shit was terrible. So Esau gotta get it back. That's why I said he's gonna get it back double.
This is Psalm 73 and verse 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm.
Right, because you be like, damn, man, they living it up and shit. So you want to be like that too. Esau got every fucking thing. But you got to think about how he got it. He got it unjustly. You speak about goods unjustly gotten, right? So basically be taken away. So it ain't no need to envy them. Because this nigga, hey, what he got coming, bro, nobody would trade places with him if they knew what this man was about to get.
Psalm 73 and verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
Right, because the curses are upon us. But now it's starting to transfer to them. Right? They're not feeling the full effects of the curses. Right? It's gonna be on them in the kingdom. But they ain't playing their curse like us. Right? Esau, this is his heaven. This is heaven. Right? This is his kingdom of heaven. Right? And this is the best you can do. He said, rejoice. You ain't really, you losing your shit. And when we're in our kingdom, right, ain't nothing gonna happen like when our kingdom falling down or you got the Edomites rising up, they prophesying and shit. Saying y'all gonna fall. Ain't gonna be none of that.
Psalm 73, verse 7. It says, Psalm 73, 7, it says, I read 6, it says, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, and violence covered them as a garment.
Right, so it says pride compasseth them about as a chain, and violence covers them as a garment. Right? Just like the truth said, the scripture says, put on the garments of truth, right? Or the robes of righteousness. Hey, we clothed in righteousness through Yahushua, but this man clothed in violence. So, but what it said back in Revelation 18, that you're gonna be thrown down with violence. Right? You reap what you sow. So you was the bloody man. Hey, the Most High said, all right, hey, he coming for your blood then. Ezekiel 35.
Psalm 73 and 8. It says they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression.
Right, they speak wickedly concerning oppression. I mean, y'all need to forget about that. Let that go. That's a long time ago. All right, we ain't do it. Yeah, my forefathers. Stop crying. All right, use pains. You see? Yeah. Now ain't nobody forgetting about nothing. So we got y'all to change. This is what we want. It says that this is the patience. This is the patience and the faith of the saints. All right? So there's nothing that you can do to change our minds. They say you want to give reparations. Shit, all right, go ahead, give it to us. It ain't gonna change shit. You just wasting money at this point. All right, because true reparations, and we have you in slavery. And when we do everything that you did to us, unto you, but we gonna do it in righteousness. Or we ain't gonna do none of that gay shit you was doing, bro. You had book breaking. Like, bro, you're a sick man.
He said, Zechariah 11:5, whose oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Right? They said they hold themselves not guilty. They feel like they ain't did shit. All right? They feel like what they did was justified. Because basically, to Esau and them, if you wasn't a Christian, anything they did unto you, it's like shit. It was lawful to them, basically. They said anybody that was non-Christian, bro, they could just be dominated. You can take all their resources, you can put them in perpetual slavery. That's the way Esau thought. That's the way he thinks. All right. So he gonna get it, bro. That was it.
That doesn't make sense. And they that sell them say, blessed be Yahweh, for I'm rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Hey, so it says, hey, blessed be Yahweh, I am rich. Hey, this man got rich off of the Israelites. Hey, because they doing slavery, they may have to pay for none of that labor. And then it said their own shepherds pity them not. You got these pastors, you got these so-called leaders, right, of the black community. Right. Hey, they leading you straight into the fire. They don't give a damn about you. All they trying to do is make money. They living good, bro. They living good. I seen one video with Pastor. This nigga was in church bragging about all the good things he got. See, the nigga in church, this is Louis Vuitton. Like, bro, who care about that? But they see, hey, it is what it is, bro. The Most High gonna get them niggas too.
With that, we're going to move on to the main camp. Lord willing, has been edifying. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Hakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.